Yes, of course, you do still have some auto attack damage coming through, but it has been going towards the tried and true here. He is insanely comfortable on this pick. You absolutely can outscale the
Kyle, they're showing that respect.
They saw him.
He did. Beishwan comes around the corner with the frozen domain, gets the slow onto Hope, looking at the pillar as well. Barrier coming out from Hope, but it's just extinguished. Hope down, first blood BLG. In terms of dragons.
And AL absolutely needed to get the grubs after what they gave up on the bot side. You know, Bin is now so far ahead down this Jax and hasn't had to deal with it whatsoever. And he's nearly at the Triforce, and Beishwan is up here.
Dark Possession down. Flandre needs to walk away because Bin splashing in with the Grandmaster's Might. Subjugate as well. Flandre holding on to his splash till the last moment, doesn't get a chance to use it. Power right now, they're definitely in the driver's seat.
I mean, great minds think alike, Medic. I was on the same wavelength with that one as Flandre goes through a bit of a trade and immediately regrets it.
Counter-Strike comes in, there's a TP as well. Kyle trying to come up to join this fight, and Bin begins to retreat. Shanks is going to teleport forward. Bin has no flash. Weaver's Wall will lock him on this side of the tower. Tarzan chasing forward as well. Bin with the counter-strike will get knocked up using that Cyclone. Bin still jumping away, but he's caught out. A Tempest finds him.
On that bot lane tower. They obviously have the Trundle. Not going to be able to get it either way, though. So first tower does go to AL. Yes, they should eventually lose the Dragon. That is going to be a huge gold swing.
You'll see the gold swing in their favor, about 300 gold
the
ahead.
Ultimate, and there's not real any way for them to get good positioning on this fight.
But again, look at bot. Flandre is already working on that tower. Bin's going to have to TP down.
Beishwan boosted up there with the Deadly Flourish. Tempered Fate out as well. Kyle caught, has that Pop Blossom and has a flash. Will use the flash early to try and escape, but as the curtains open, the Shape Splitter will block one. And Elk will block the next. Pop Blossom from On just to make sure the chase doesn't materialize.
They're able to do a good amount of damage onto their opposition, along with chipping away at that tower. And it's not necessarily that they heavy committed. Ooh,
Shanks needs to be careful. He's going to get chased down here. The pillar out. The flash forward from Knight still has the Emperor's Divide here. Shanks looking for the movement speed, but just doesn't have enough.
No matter what the wave state is, no matter what the item completions are, you would be forced to go there. They're looking for Beishwan.
Kyle going in with the Temper Fate. There's Weaver's Wall as well. The chase onto Beishwan. He's going to start to walk away. Dodges the seismic shove. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Flandre forcing On away. Beishwan trying to trade with Kyle. The redemption will be enough to heal up the bard. He gets the shutdown with it. On caught out as well as AL are going to find 2 off this play.
That is huge, because that should get them the Dragon off the back of that as well. Not the cleanest execution as the Cosmic Binding missed, the Deadly Flare.
I felt like BLG was doing such a good job of suffocating AL. The fact that Bin was just holding that wave in the bot lane, they were playing around Knight safely on the top side of the map. I love that AL recognized, okay, we got to try and do something to try and break open the map a little bit more. They find a nice pick. Should be a tower secured. They're second of the game.
Jungle and allow Bin the opportunity to take the 3rd tower of the game, extending his gold lead to about control ward in. Shanks still looking for the flank. Bin trying to mark anyone that comes around the back of the blue buff. On with a good route. There's the Counter-Strike follow-up. And Kyle has to pop the heal. Temper Fate's going to land onto a couple. But the Drake's still very healthy. Seismic shove only onto one, but it's on and he's off. As AL begin to turn the fight in their favor. They're still looking for this Dragon. The curtains open. This Jhin wants an encore. Cyclone doesn't hold them in range. A Counter-Strike out by Bin as BLG retreats.
Whoa, that was a very tense fight. Both sides fighting for position. Because as we talked about earlier, BLG in the straight up front to back, we still do give them the edge with their composition.
Yeah, and you can see
looking onto Kyle, doesn't have the flash, doesn't have the heal, and he is done for. Elk gets the kill, the curtains open. As Hope tries to avenge his fallen support, will land the shots on, but he's tanky enough to survive through them, has that Warden's Mail complete.
They got the TP off of Flandre and Knight there, so Bin is going to have TP advantage. Yes, Shanks could potentially match him, but Beishwan getting aggressive here.
Needs to dodge away from the Deadly Flourish and avoids the seismic shove. AO still have a bit of vision around this pit, but that's now cleared out by Beishwan. Knight's going to start up the Baron. Anyone's legend. Don't have vision yet, but Tarzan and Hope are on their way. Their prying eyes will spy the fact that BLG have started the Baron. Flandre jumped on by Knight, though. The Emperor's Divide will knock him back, but meanwhile on the top side of the fight, the Cyclone comes out. Beishwan has to flash out of the back of the pit as Elk tries to put some more damage down. Flandre dead, BLG find another. Kyle's back alive.
Yeah, Beishwan barely gets out, had almost no HP.
Once again, pathing down towards the bottom side, trying to get some purchase in this river. Bin looking for the flank. He'll jump into the pit. On separated, but gets on the right side of the Weaver's Wall as BLG start up the Dragon. On doesn't have the flash, but that Pop Blossom can be deadly. AL trying to gain some purchase in the river here. BLG holding them at bay. There's a pillar. On still looking for that flank. Kyle now marking him as BLG will take the 4v4. Kyle on up towards the top side, but there's the Pop Blossom. The mountain secured by Tarzan, and he'll get a kill off the back of it as well. BLG separated. The dive in from Knight, knocked back with the seismic shove. Shanks will fall. Beishuan almost follows. The curtains open. Hope wants an encore. He lands one onto Bin. Beishuan will die up towards the top side. Bin dashes away. Knight trying to open up, but he just doesn't have the damage. Rooted with a deadly flourish and taken out by anyone's legend.
Massive.
It's AL start up the Baron. BLG playing for the mid lane prio, but AL calling their bluff. There's the Temper Fate onto Beishuan. The Baron's still at 10,000. On goes in, and On finds them all. The Emperor will find his mark as well. The Guardian Angel and Tarzan brings him back, but Knight's already dead. AL looking for a little bit more here as they could jump further forward. Bin trying to dive in. Shanks low. The seismic shove will connect, but Elk's on a killing spree. On trying to trade with Tarzan down towards the bottom side. Beishuan chasing out Hope towards the top. Flandre and Tarzan will find a double. Beishuan will try and get back in the pit. He doesn't have smite right now, but with the Maiden, AL might be able to keep him at bay.
A perfect wombo combo still wasn't enough to beat AL in the fight. Two members will stay alive to start the Baron off. Beishuan is hovering, threatening the steal.
Beishuan almost has flashback.
We'll have the flash. The smite's still on cooldown. Tarzan sticking on the Baron right now as Beishuan tries to find a way back into this pit. Doesn't have vision on the Baron. Now does. Loses it again. He's dodging back and forth. 3,000 on the Baron. Beishuan kept at bay by Flandre, but has the flash. He jumps in. Looking for the chop, but it's Tarzan once again who wins the
during
smite.
the CC. So though it looks beautiful, the follow-up isn't there from Bin. Beishuan can't get there, Elk can't get there, and AL wins anyway.
Another Tempered Fate finds its mark. Elk the target though for AL as they chase him down. On with a Pop Blossom, only finds a single root, and that's two more to anyone's legend.
Pick after pick, AL with the Baron are sieging through these towers. They're collecting the standing gold. A root connects on the Knight.
Flashes away from the seismic shot. The ghouls will chase him from that morning mist. And now BLG are wondering, how do we defend 35 seconds before Elk is back on the rift? On has 20, seeing Grayscale as well. AL with this Baron push could just end the game.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Grubs, look at the York. They're crushing through these towers so fast.
Knight is here. Emperor's Divide available. The Dark Possessions try and keep him away. Bin trying to trade back in, but he just can't find a way into that backline. The counter-strike used only defensively as the first Nexus tower falls. On his way, he's a minion. He'll get the root down. Tarzan dives in with the Cyclone. Bin trying to get on the backline as well with the counter-strike, but Bin is gone. Flandre sends him to the Shadow Isles. Knight jumps onto the backline. Shanks still surviving alongside
Elk's
Hope.
back.
And Knight is down. Elk is up, but he's the only one for his team right now as he tries to defend his Nexus, and AL won't give him a moment to breathe. Say the last rites for BLG. Flandre puts a shovel in his head and claims game one.